What's good, YouTube? It's Sir Rome of RaRa, and today I'm here with my lovely girlfriend,
Srilonka.
And we're doing a review of Mob Psycho 100, episode 4. In case y'all were wondering, yes, these are wigs. I know y'all can tell mine is a wig, but that is also a wig. That is not her real
hot
hair.
Up in this thing.
Yeah, it's freaking hot. So we're trying to get through this fast. But I got a few things I'm gonna add to the video, so I'm excited to make this one. I've been over here like going crazy in my creative head trying to do this, so I'm excited to get through this. We're gonna do the plot, we're gonna do our likes and our dislikes, and then we're gonna do our rankings and reviews. And I actually got a couple more sections I'm gonna add in, but I'm just gonna spring them on y'all when I get an opportunity. So hope y'all ready for that. You got anything you want to add in?
Nah, let's get to it.
I got one more thing I want to say. This has been my favorite episode so far, so hopefully
yeah, it was very interesting.
Yeah, it was definitely my favorite. But all right, let's get it.
Yes. Run, girl, run. It was a virtuoso, Skip. It was a virtuoso.
Dynamite.
Yeah, it's a black guy review.
My hen dog. Where is my hen dog?
It's a wrong, it's a release.
Standing right here, right now. We're going to the Super Bowl.
If you like that, subscribe. Yeah, it really helps with the views. Yeah, it's a black guy review. Yeah, trying to start something new.
Cold guy, red.
All right, so first thing we're gonna do is talk about the plot. We got a new name for the plot, which is The Meats.
We have the meats.
Yum.
It's the thick of it, you feel me? We're gonna be in the thick of it when we get to the meat. So every time we do the meat, it's gonna be the main part of our video. But we're gonna try to run through it pretty quickly, and I'm gonna let Bianca start with the meats.
So the episode pretty much started where two schools pretty much beefing, like a group from the school. One being called the Black Vinegar Middle School, and then the Salt Middle School, which Mob is from, attends. And they're pretty much just like beating each other up like in an alley type of deal. And the people from the Salt Middle School was getting their butts tore up, and then they called out what? Teru. And he went and just like beat everybody's ass. And he's just like he kind of seemed like a low-key bully to me, like getting his ways. And we'll talk about why I feel like he got his way later in the video.
Okay, so yes, I just want to throw in, if you've ever seen like Yu Yu Hakusho or what's it called, Tokyo Revengers, it's like that kind of setup. You got the delinquents, and they just want to prove that they're the baddest group, so they just go to another school and beat up all the people from the other school. That's like the beginning of it. Okay, so then it switches to the scene where Mob wakes up. There's this random spirit in his room. It's a green spirit. Find out his name is Dimple. Mob grabs him, starts slamming him on the floor immediately. You know, Mob ain't got no emotions. He don't give a shit.
He was like, I wanted to make sure it wasn't a dream type of deal.
Yeah, so he bangs him up. Dimple's like, no, I'm really here. Mob's like, all right, I'm about to vanquish you. Dimple pleads his case. He's like, please don't kill me, you know what I'm saying? He tells him he's the guy from the previous episode who had the cult where he's making everybody laugh. But apparently when Mob vanquished him, he didn't completely vanquish the guy. And he says he promises he won't do anything bad. He'll be good from here on out. So Mob pretty much is like, all right, I'll spare you until I bring you to my master. And once you see my master, then we'll decide what we're going to do with you. And do they go to Reagan next, or does it skip to the scene with the Body Improvement Club? I think he takes him to Reagan.
Yeah, Reagan real quick.
And Reagan is in his room, like working on a computer, and he's like, he's doing what he call like a spiritual something, where he's like removing a spirit from a picture.
That dude was photoshopping.
Yeah, literally all he was doing was photoshopping.
It was so funny, but yeah.
It's a great scene. Reagan always has the best scenes in each episode. But all right, you can go ahead.
But yeah, just to kind of back up into the last scene, like Dimple was just like you said, just like pretty much just convincing Mob to be like, hey, I'm a good guy. But he low-key wanted to like, well, it didn't take much for him, but he was just like trying to convince Mob that like he's a good guy, this and that, and he wanted to possess him and pretty much do the same thing he did in the last episode. But he was just like, remember yesterday we got in a fight? So I found that funny, because I'm just like, dang. So yeah.
I also want to throw in Ritsu walks into Ma's room during this scene, and Ritsu can't even see Dimple.
Yeah.
So Dimple's like such a weak spirit now that normal people can't see him. And then when when he gets to Reagan's shop, Reagan also can't see him. So he's like, what should I do with this spirit that's kind of like latched onto me, following me? And Reagan's like, you can do whatever the fuck you want with him. He's so weak.
Yeah, he was just like, he's so small, he's like a ladybug.
Yeah, it's like a ladybug
and
on
it
your
kind of
shoulder.
offended him. But I guess that's like, I put like a side note, I guess like people can see spirits.
Yeah, like they're strong.
That.
Yeah, like Reagan walked into that spirit in the episode.
Oh, okay. Cause I was just like, I was telling, well, I wasn't telling, I was just thinking to myself, like, I was like, funny how Mob could see other spirits, but can't realize that Reagan doesn't have any powers or anything.
He knows that Reagan doesn't have, or he knows that Reagan's never used powers, but his thing is he just thinks that Reagan's so strong that he just chooses not to ever use his powers. Like Reagan's like, I'm not going to use my powers on weak things.
Pretty much giving him the benefit of the doubt all the time.
Yeah.
Type of deal. Okay.
So,
I was just like, okay.
Yeah, so then they changed to the Body Improvement Club scene, right? And in this scene, the guys from the Salt Crew, which is led by, what's his name?
The Salt Crew is led by Onigara.
Yeah, Onigara. And he is like the leader of... He's a leader of a delinquent crew, and he freaking pretty much is like begging the Body Improvement Club to help them beat up these guys from this vinegar school. And the Body Improvement Club's like, we're not doing that. Like, we don't use our powers to hurt people. That's not our goal. We're not lifting weights to fight. And, you know, they kind of trash talk each other, and Body Improvement Club clearly shows that they could easily beat up the Salt Crew. Like, it's nothing to them. But the Arigawa dude notices that Mob's there with them. He's like, what's this? You know, what's this dude even doing here with them? So he comes up with a plan, and you want to tell him the plan?
Oh, like they all, he met up with his little group, and he was just like, I'm gonna write a letter to each of the groups, and they're making fun of him because he don't know how to write or nothing like that. But he was just like, you know, just getting pissed off at the fact that his own group was making fun of him. But either or, he just thought of like that idea. He's like, I'm gonna lure these two groups in to pretty much have the Body Improvement group, because he was just like, you're the most powerful, you know, people in the school. I want you to, you know, just hyping them up type of deal. So yeah, he wrote some trash letter in it.
Yeah, his plan was to write Mob a love letter, which he writes pretending to be a girl.
Yeah.
Mob's so gullible because he never had no girl like really show interest in him. So he's falling for the letter. Dimple tries to tell him otherwise, but he ain't listening to Dimple. He like, what he said was, what if there really is a girl out here waiting for me? I don't want to hurt her feelings. Like, he's such a strange kid. But anyways, he goes to the spot that the guy tells him to go to. Onigara, whatever the fuck his name is, also Onigara also writes the leader of the vinegar crew and tells them, meet us here, we gonna beat y'all ass. And so and
they made fun of him. They're like, look at this dude trying to write this letter.
Yeah, spelling shit wrong. He's an idiot. Everybody makes fun of him. And let me throw in, Onigara gets mad because his own crew's making fun of him, and he beats the shit out of his own crew member. Yeah, one of the
guys, and put knots on his face. That was pretty funny.
It's a funny scene for sure. But okay, so he gets the vinegar crew and Mob to meet in the same spot. The vinegar crew takes Mob hostage because they realize he's from the Salt School.
Yeah,
so
tie him up.
They tie him up, and I don't know how, and they leave a note with the Body Improvement Club telling them, we got Mob, or we got your crew member, meet us here. Yeah, they say like, we found a letter under a...
Oh, it was just a letter he read, or was it...
No, it was another letter. It was a separate letter. Like, this dude really planned this out.
Oh, really? I thought it was like the same letter that he was, I don't know.
I mean, it could have been, but I'm pretty sure Mob walked there with the letter. And then... They're
like, we found a letter under a dumbbell.
Yeah, and they said, we have your crew member here, and they were like, we got to go save Mob.
Oh, it was just funny. Like, what's so funny about the Body Improvement Club? They're not like, oh, we're trying to like defend them. They're just like, we just want our crew member back. Yeah. Because they were just like, when Onigara was trying to make the proposal, he was just like, we're not trying to fight. We're having a whole month of squats and lower body work. Like, they're just so like, you know, focused on that. It was just hilarious to me. Yeah. So they get there, right, and they got Mob tied up. Body Improvement Club wipes the floor with all of them immediately. Or the ones that try to fight them. And then as soon as they get Mob, they're like, all right, we out of here. And the guys are like, nah, we ain't done. You're going to fight us. And he's like, bro, we're not trying to fight. We got our guy. We got what we came here for. We trying to leave. They try to fight him anyways. And the Body Improvement destroys him. And then that's when Teru shows up, which is the same guy that destroyed Salt. Finally, because they texted him prior to. Yeah. And they're just like, oh, what are you doing? Like flirting with another girl again? Because they showed a scene where Teru was like with a girl, but he saw a text and he finally showed up, and that's when he just like, you know, whooped up on the Body Improvement Club.
Yeah, and he beats the Body Improvement Club pretty easily, and you could tell immediately like he's using psychic powers because he's like doing stuff like just doing backhands, and they're going flying.
Yeah, 4 people at a time.
Yeah,
type
like
of deal.
he's beating the brakes off of them. But Mob immediately recognizes like you using psychic powers, and Mob don't like it because he like you shouldn't use psychic powers on other people. Like that's not right. So Mob unties himself easily with his own psychic powers, and then the episode ends.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's a confusing way that we explained it, but it's a fun episode. Like there's a lot of,
I had to watch it twice, type of deal.
it's like it's a very shonen episode. Like there's fighting in it. You know, there's a plan that gets put into play, and it works out. Even though this guy's a complete idiot, somehow his plan almost works in his favor until Teru shows up and beats up everybody. But yeah, I really enjoyed the episode. I'm about to throw in my new part, which is grab your gun. Shots. I got a bag right here full of shots, and you gotta just reach in, grab a shot, and take it. I will reach in, grab a random wood. Dang, we got the same one. I did not want this one.
Why?
That's very unfortunate.
I can't finish this.
All right, so after we do our shots, we'll get on to our likes and our dislikes. All right, what it tastes like?
It's okay. It's not
That
bad,
one
but it's
wasn't
okay.
too bad. It wasn't too bad. Okay, we're gonna move on to our likes and our dislikes. Oh, yeah, I guess we'll go with these first. You want to start with the like or the dislike?
I'll start with, I guess, dislikes.
Okay, we'll start with our trash pile.
Basura.
Yep, trash pile is all the stuff we didn't like about the episode. It's pretty self-explanatory, so you can go ahead.
I mean, I only had one like, and it was like the dislike, and which you had in the last video, which was they didn't really show a lot of Reagan. I was just like, you know what, I could have seen a little bit more of him in the episode.
Yeah, I actually got kind of upset about it because they literally only showed him for about 2 minutes, and he had like the best scene in the episode.
Yeah, I laughed out that one.
I literally laughed out loud watching that shit. But yeah, because he's photoshopping the spirit out of the picture, and he's like, I'm complete, and then he like accidentally touches the keyboard, and
he photoshopped the eyebrow.
Yeah, he erased the guy's eyebrow off his face. Shit's pretty funny. But my dislike for this episode would be that they introduced like way too many characters on us all at once, and I didn't know like anybody's name, and if they didn't have like color coordinated groups, it would have been hard to tell like who was who.
That's true, because I had to watch the episode twice actually. Like, it was just a lot going on at once with a lot of characters.
Yeah. You got any more dislikes?
Aside from that, not really, no.
Another dislike for me would be Mob sparing Dimple. Like, I mean, if you really put it into perspective, this dude was just trying to, you know, like become like a god in a sense. And
that's what he said. He was just like, his goal. He's like, don't you have a goal? He's like, I want to become a god.
Yeah, and it's like, you don't spare people like that. Like, Mob's a good guy, but
I
this
guess
spirit.
He don't realize it.
Yeah, but Dimple, he has nefarious, you know, plans. He ain't trying to do nothing good. As far as right now, maybe he'll end up being good later, but right now he's not trying to be a good
he even
guy.
said he wanted. He was just like, I can. He's like, can't he tell that about Reagan? He's like, can't he tell that he's not has spiritual powers? He's like, I would tell him, but I can possess him too.
Yeah, he's definitely like planning to do some messed up stuff. But that's it for my dislikes. I really enjoyed this episode, so I ain't really got much to say about dislikes. All right, you want to get to the likes?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what we got to do for the likes? The sauce. And you know, our sauce. We had the meats earlier. Now we got the sauce. You can't really eat meat without sauce. If it's a burger, you need ketchup. If it's a steak, you need steak sauce. If it's chicken, hot sauce. Fish, hot sauce.
Hot
you know
sauce
how
on
it
everything.
Go. Yeah. So you need your sauce with your meat. You want to start, or you want me to start?
Well, I guess I'll start. I like that it was like very suspenseful, and that it had like a cliffhanger at the end.
Yeah, the cliffhanger is always good to me in episodes.
It was just a lot going on, and then like how it was just like between Mob and Teru.
Yeah.
And then I didn't watch the next episode, but it was just like, okay.
I was so close to starting the next episode.
I almost did, but I was just like, nah, this mess gave me a headache.
Yeah, I was close to starting the next one, but I like to get this video out first. Not get it out, but get it recorded first. So that way, you know, I can focus on the next one without thinking about, what happened in the last one. But yeah, I agree. Cliffhangers are always good to me in TV shows, as long as it's not the very last episode of the season.
Ooh, yeah. I ain't
That's
gonna go
always
into
the
that's
worst.
another.
Yeah, but like for me would be this episode was funny. It had a few funny scenes
Yeah, I
in
should
it.
have wrote those down.
Yeah, which we'll get to later on. But they had a bunch of good funny scenes in the episodes. I mean, in this episode, they had some of the new characters is pretty funny, which I enjoyed. But
Yeah, Onigara.
yeah, Onigara was funny. You got any more likes?
I guess I would say like like in the last episode, I forgot who was like hyping Mob up, but in this episode, Dimple was like trying to build his confidence up again, even though I guess he was trying to take advantage of him, but he was still like trying to do like what Reagan does.
Yeah.
So just trying to build his confidence and be like, hey, your powers are, you know, worth something. And it's just crazy like how, because he has a brother named Ritsu, and he's just like, he didn't want to be popular. He wanted to have what his brother had, and Ma wanted to have what Ritsu had. So I found that pretty funny.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that also. They're like, it's almost like real siblings, or you know, sometimes it'll be like your friend, whereas like I got a friend who's single and all he wants to do is be in a relationship, and then I got another friend who's married and the last thing he wants to do is be married. Like he wants to be single. You know, it's one of those situations where it's like you want what's on the other side of the fence type deal. So Ritsu has no psychic abilities.
Yeah, he was holding a spoon in the scene. He's just like, why can't I bend it or type of deal?
Yeah, so he has no psychic abilities, but he really wants the psychic abilities. But he is like one of the most popular people in the school. He's very charismatic, and they also say he's a good looking character, even though you can't tell because everybody looks funny on here. But they say he's good looking too. And then Mob, on the other hand, just wants to be like Ritsu. He wants to have muscles. He wants to be popular.
Yeah.
But he has all these psychic powers that he chooses not to show to the world. Where most people would do like Teru and use their psychic abilities to, you know, conquer whatever.
Be a bully, pretty much.
Yeah. Another like for me would be like, it's almost like what she said, but Dimple. I don't like Dimple as a character yet, but Dimple adds another layer to the show, because now it's like, you know, when is he gonna pull his plan out of it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he has a plan and he's gonna use it eventually, and you're just waiting to see when he's gonna do something to Mob to fuck him up. Like, if he possesses Mob, what's gonna happen? Because Mob is like,
yeah, I really wish that
strong.
Mob is starting to low-key like, you know, find his voice, but it's just like to the point where he's still like gullible. Like he was so gullible to the point where Dimple didn't have to like go on with his spiel. He was just like, okay, that's it.
yeah.
And I was just like, dude, like, but he's again a middle schooler, so
Yeah, Mob's very simple when it comes to like anything. He just goes with what he thinks, and he don't put no deep thought into nothing. He's like, oh, I should kill this guy, I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Or, oh, I should spare this dude, I'm gonna spare him. Like, it ain't no thought put into it. It's just whatever he thinks. But all right, I'm gonna add my other section in. She didn't see this coming. She didn't know I had two of them. But all right, this is the potatoes. We got the meat, we got the sauce, we need our potatoes. These are just 3 random questions that I'm gonna ask her in each of these videos from now on. So y'all be prepared. And she don't know the questions I'm about to ask, so I'm putting her on the spot.
that's fine by me.
All right, what was the funniest moment in this episode?
Well, I forgot the other one, so I'm just gonna say with Reagan like photoshopping. I'm just like, it was just like me trying to Photoshop, and he photoshopped the eyebrow out. Trying to promote his business, so yeah.
It reminds me of when I'm editing and I think I'm doing the greatest job ever.
The mouse literally just went like this way. He's like, dog it.
Yeah, like I said, when I'm editing, I think I'm doing the greatest job ever, and I'm about to export it, and I go back and like watch it one time before I export it, and I done messed up 20 things throughout the video. Now I gotta redo everything. Like, I get the sound off on one part at the beginning, so now I gotta redo the sound on the whole video. That's what it reminds me of when he did that part. But my funniest part was when the guy did his combo. I think they called it like the demon punch or demon combo or whatever. He punches his friend like 100 times. Like they were putting the counter up as he was punching his friend, and then he ended up with lumps all over his face.
I remember the lumps. I didn't even realize the.
Oh yeah, they had a name for it, and he did it twice. He did it to Teru too, but Teru just blocked
his face like a boiling pot of water. It was so funny.
But, all right, next one. Who is your favorite character so far?
I mean, I know it sounds cliche, but I like Mob because he's just so like monotone and just like, he reminds me of me because I'm monotone too, but he's just like 10 times worse type of deal.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Mob is a really good protagonist to me because he doesn't have like any crazy goal besides being popular. So
Yeah.
you're really just following the life of like a simple kid.
Yeah, very simple.
And you're watching him grow, like you watching all of this, like you see the thoughts going through his mind and see where he's going with everything. So it's a pretty cool way to follow a character. But my favorite character is obviously Reagan. I say it every episode, but the dude's hilarious. And Eddie's not like a bad dude, even though he's doing like some shady, sketchy shit. But at the end of the day, you know, he don't have a bad heart. Like he ain't trying to rule the world and do crazy shit like that. But all right, my third question and final question is, which was your favorite episode so far?
What episode was that? And then what was the second episode? Forgot it that quick.
The first episode was the one where they were in the tunnel with the ghost.
Nah.
The second episode was the one that I just posted where, man, what happened in the second episode? Oh yeah, he fought the guy in the gym. He dressed up like a girl.
I like that one. It was like very like to me heartfelt. So.
And then the third episode was the one with the cult. And then this is the fourth episode.
Yeah, I like the second one. This one was just like, what? So yeah, I like the second one so far.
This was my favorite one so far. It was funny. Probably the funniest one to me so far. And now they actually put some action into it, which they haven't had a lot of action besides when Mob's using his psychic powers. So I enjoyed them actually like putting some fighting in it instead of using psychic powers. But all right, we're gonna get into our rankings and our what's the other part? Ranking and
you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Okay, well either way, we're gonna get into our ranking. All right, now we're gonna get into our rankings. I'm gonna let Bianca start. If y'all didn't know, it starts with S, goes to A, then B, then C.
I'm gonna give this episode a B- because like Rome was explaining, it had a lot going on in it, a lot of new characters, and for me, I had to watch it 2 times to kind of like understand what was going on. So yeah.
I'm gonna give it an A, solid A at that. Not the best episode I've ever seen of an anime or anything.
Yeah.
But it was a very good episode. I thought it was pretty funny. I enjoyed the action because it didn't have any like psychic power. Well, it had psychic powers, but that didn't carry it. Like niggas was just getting punched in their face. To me. And I thought it was pretty cool. But besides that, it was also like a really funny episode. Even though Reagan was only in it for about 2 minutes, but they threw some humor in there here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll give it an A. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Do our final thoughts. If y'all liked the video, hit that like button. If you liked our costumes, hit that like button. And we try to dress up randomly throughout these videos, but eventually we're gonna run out of costumes. So
y'all are more than welcome to recommend anything else for us to try on or do.
Yeah, you see, I'm trying to add in new stuff, add in new parts that we can do throughout the video. If y'all enjoyed our costumes, leave a comment. Let us know which wig you like more. You know, my wig is fucking fantabulous.
Fire. It's my real hair though. But anyways.
So also y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. This is only episode 4. I don't even know how many episodes is in this show. Yeah. But we got a lot to go. So y'all stay tuned for what we bring from here on out. You got anything else?
No.
All right, y'all. Suck it easy.